Shallow are the actions of the children of men. Fault was their vision since the ages began. Lost like a lion in the canyons of smoke, but it's no shallow are the actions of the children of men, but it's no joke. Oh no, throne of time is a kingly thing.
Hussies, people of the rabbit hole. Welcome everyone. I'm so happy to be here. Welcome everyone. Is everyone feeling well? I just had a quick smoke. Good luck with your ultrasound and your MRI. We send you good vibes, positive feelings, all the love. It will go well. To everyone who's dealing with stuff today and you feel that you are alone, you are not alone. We are all with you. We are here in spirit and sending you the good vibes that you need. How was your day? How's your day been, man? How's things going? Is everyone doing well? Have you had an incredible day? Please tell me about it before we jump into things. It's only a pleasure. Thank you so much for the gifts, everyone. I really appreciate it. I had quite a busy day. I'm shooting a new TV commercial on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I will update you on the schedule for next week. But I was driving around getting some props, and then remember could have been better. It can always go better, but you know what's the cool thing is that at least we had a day that we could live it. You know what I mean? Like, we look past all of these things every single day, and then something just blocks you off and gives you a bad vibe. But at the end of the day, we can just be lucky that we're in this another day. Welcome, Nikki. How you doing? Are you feeling well? Welcome, everyone. And so, I mean, I got a bad storm coming in. Oh no. Today is your oldest son's birthday, 28 years old. Is he also born 96? I'm happy that was a good day. For me, it was an interesting day. Good, thank you, Nick. It was an interesting day for me today. So remember we had my truck goal, right? So today I jumped a big step forward with the truck goal. I applied for financing on a vehicle today, right? Or actually on Monday. A truck that I really like so much. It's not on the list of the most stolen vehicle in South Africa. It is one of the most reliable, if not the most reliable. And the bank came back and they were like, everything looks great. Everything looks great, but you have to pay a deposit. And I was like, okay, well, that's at least one step closer. And then I met this cool guy that works at the dealership. His name is Jason, and he really helped me a lot with getting all of the papers ready. For the people who don't know, getting stuff sorted in any country in the world, if you are a freelancer, Lulu by Donkey for the Rios, thank you so much. Getting anything sorted when it comes to paperwork, if it is buying a house, buying a car, buying a toothbrush, buying toothpaste, if you are a freelancer in this world, it is an insane amount of paperwork. You have no idea how much of stuff you have to get ready for the banks to just look at your stuff and think, okay, this guy's eligible for getting himself a panty or getting himself a bra or just a fucking pair of shorts, whatever you call it. But it is next level, guys. You have to give the people and the institutions so many stuff. Freelancers really do have to take the extra steps. So I went to the dealership, or they phoned me actually, and the finance lady was really nice, and she said that, look here, the bank thinks you're not a big liability in that sense, but you have to pay a deposit. So my goal is now for the next, let's call it few weeks, is I really want to smash, doesn't matter what I have to do. If I have to go and stand at the robot and tell people that I want to buy a truck, I'm gonna buy a truck, guys. I'm this close to getting the truck that I need for the band, for work, and for everything. So I had an incredible day, but obviously there was a catch, but I am positive everything's gonna go well. And Jake should say, meneer, gaan het lekker. So we get to tonight's live. Tonight's live, you guys, you would give me money at the robot. If I was standing at the robot, Candy, you would give me money at the robot. A great step forward. Listen here, the deposit is not small. Unfortunately, the deposit is not small. I think I calculated the deposit that I have to give is $10,000, which is insane. But it's not impossible. In my mind, I am a big dreamer, and I get things right. I am just one of those people that dream really big, and I figure shit out. So I'm really gonna push all of my energy into this and make sure that I can get this, because I think the whole thing expires on the 27th of this month, the deal, because they have a great special at the moment. So I'm really pushing for myself to see what I can do to just get that sorted, but we'll get there. Thank you so much for the gifts. I really appreciate it. Welcome. So the live for tonight, we've been talking about this. It's called Wacky Wednesday, and on Wacky Wednesdays from now on, we are gonna do everything that's fucking wacky. But for tonight's live, you guys have asked me for such a long time now that I break down my band's songs, what it's taken to write the songs, what the songs are all about, and what they mean. So let me get into this. Elizabeth, thank you so much for the follow. So, Bloumoord, the name. Let's start with the name. The name Bloumoord came from a documentary that me and my brothers watched at my grandmother's house, that we watched at our grandmother's house. It is about a South African artist called Johannes Kerkorrel. Johannes Kerkorrel was kind of, welcome Connie, welcome Reba. Johannes Kerkorrel was kind of the first alternative artist in South Africa. He was part of a really big movement in South Africa, and they had incredible music, right? We watched this documentary of Johannes Kerkorrel, and his mother said that she screamed Bloumoord. In Afrikaans you would say, sy het Bloumoord geskree. at that point in time, me and my brothers knew that we wanted to be in a band, but we didn't go as far as Moonchild. Thanks so much for the follow. We didn't go as far as think of a name yet, because we were still playing guitar and fucking around with instruments in our room. We all lived in a room together at that stage, if I recall, but we fucked around with instruments. I think we had my grandfather's guitar there, and everyone was playing just random stuff. And I remember I was just having one little amp there, and Trevor playing his bass kind of without an amp. But I mean, the vibes were there, guys. In our minds, it sounded a lot bigger than what it actually was in that little room in Boksburg, in a town in fucking Johannesburg, South Africa. We had big dreams, man, and we still do to this day. We obviously met people along the way that were really good musicians, and all of us came together and we started, and we said, like, listen here guys, we want to start a band, but it takes a lot of time. There's a lot that goes into a band, but we didn't think of that. The only goal we had in our minds is playing songs, playing shows, and taking over the fucking world, and it still is till this day. So Martin was phenomenal. Martin got his first drum kit, or not even his drum kit. He loaned the drum kit from Renier, because it was Renier's drum kit. And Martin started playing drums on a drum kit, and it was next level, guys. He jumped on it and he played the drums like he played it for years. It was insane. It was really insane. Trevor, I remember me working for the bank back in the day in Joburg CBD, the dangerous place we were talking about in the previous lives. And I walked past this window and I saw a bass guitar in a pawn shop's window, right? It was a black washburn bass guitar, and it just looked really cool. And it looked like, because obviously we needed a bass for the band, and Trevor was the bassist. Well, he didn't know he was the bassist. He just knew he was in the band. He didn't really have a role yet. I bought the bass guitar and I walked up to Trevor that evening and I gave him a bass guitar and I told Trevor, you play bass in the band. Trevor took that bass guitar and he said, fine with me, and he started playing that bass guitar like no one's business. I was not the best guitarist in the whole world. I still am not the best guitarist in the whole world. I am a songwriter. My main thing in the band is to write lyrics and obviously sing. But I didn't know exactly what my whole role in the band was back then. It was a weird thing, because I know I started the band and I just wanted to be in a band with my brothers, but I didn't really think of what my role would be, and I just kind of decided, or they kind of decided, you're the frontman of the band, you've got attitude, you've got charisma, you've got fucking confidence, and you can play the guitar a little bit, so you can be the frontman of the band. It was like, okay, cool. Then obviously we got a guitarist, and the band moved on from there. We practiced in a garage. It was a big thing. We practiced in a garage for a while. It sounded phenomenal, but it was really shit, guys, because we didn't have any structure. There was nothing. We didn't have any songs available to play, and it was just a big fucking mashup of shit. But we enjoyed it, guys. It was all about the fun, and it still is. Then I have a friend that stays in a place called Potchefstroom, which is it's a little drive from here, and he owns an illegal weed bar in Potchefstroom. Potchefstroom is where a lot of students go. They are synonymous for, there's a big university there, and there's a lot of students in Potchefstroom. So my friend said, great guys, you can come and play at the illegal bar. Get yourself ready. You'll have a gig in 2 weeks. We all celebrated. Yeah, we've got a gig in 2 weeks. But big fucking fuck up. We don't have any songs. We have nothing. We have nothing. And that's when the band started. The band started that day when we started writing songs. I remember me just going and just flashing words out of my system, not really thinking about melody, not really thinking about structure in a song, not really thinking about a verse or a bridge, or a bridge or a chorus. The part that is the most important of any song is the chorus. That's the part every single person remembers when they listen to your song. We didn't give a fuck about that in the beginning. We just wanted to write songs to go and play this show. So we wrote 7 songs, guys. We wrote 7 songs. Like, oh God, it's really bad. It is really bad because we were just so excited to do the whole thing that all of this shit just came out. But the beautiful thing about that it's all a process. It's part of the process. It's that is the thing that made the band, is our willingness to just jump into things without thinking about any consequences. That is kind of the backbone of Bloumoord, because we are really, really, really good when it comes to recording stuff. We walk into a studio, we smash 5 songs in 5 days, and we're done. We're really good when it comes to shit like that. So the first song we ever wrote was a song called Psychose, and I don't know why that was the theme of the song, because if you translate Psychose, it is psychosis. And there was a thing in Afrikaans music. There was a thing in Afrikaans music where 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 Okay, we're back. I think we're back. I think it's actually working now. Okay, cool. We're back. We're back in action. So there was this thing in Afrikaans music back then where a lot of songs were generated around negative feelings and speaking about negative stuff. And we kind of did the same thing in the beginning. But we started off with a song called Psychose. And I'm going to play you a little bit of Psychose. And it sounds like this, guys. It sounds like this. You can't help, as a musician, you can't help to just sit and cringe of, like, when you listen to your old stuff, but it's part of the process, you know what I mean? Lieg voor jezelf, donker cijfer bier, geef mij meer, altijd meer. Thank you for the gift. We zullen hier, je meer gaat mensen, maar komt hier.
Hou jouw beloftes, want die propaganda is gonna van mijn ziel, wat doe je de ziel? Hou jouw beloftes, want die propaganda is gonna
Okay, so the thing back then is I didn't really know or knew how to sing. It was really easy singing to other people's songs, but then singing your own songs was a big thing because you kind of do what other people does, if that makes sense, because all you've heard was other people's songs. You've never written a song in your whole life. You've never performed a song in your life. You've never sang in front of people in your life. So when that happened and you walk into the studio, it's fucking game on. You make a plan and it's a thing, you know what I mean? So that was the first song we ever wrote, and we went into the studio. Thank you so much, Millie. Thank you so much for the gift. And I remember that when we played that song for the first time as a band together, it wasn't really about the chorus, it wasn't really about the melody, it wasn't really about anything for that point, except for playing your own song, which was the most incredible feeling, like one of the most incredible feelings you can ever feel, is creating something out of nothing and playing it back yourselves and listening to the process of how it happened was really something else. That gave us such a big boost that over the next few days, thank you so much, Nikki. Over the next few days, just a lot of songs fell out of the system. Just all of us had so many fucking creative energy that just flowed out of us. You know what I mean? And I stand to be corrected, but I think the song we wrote after that was a song called Gebruikste Dooskus, which means a used coffin, which doesn't fucking mean anything, actually. It was just random shit that came out of these like four guys, and it's just random shit, you know what I mean? There was nothing really, like, not even the song has anything to do with it, but it was just the process of getting this shit out of your system so that we can move on and actually go and write quality music. I think that's what it was about. But I really like the song in a sense of I love the instrument work on it. It was probably one of the coolest instruments work we've ever worked on, you know what I mean? And it sounds like this. It's got a country vibe to it. Thanks so much, Candace. I appreciate it.
Gebruik de doodskis, moes alweer huis te bloeien. Kan ek 'n nuwe siel gaan koop?
Wow, man, it's weird for me to listen to the stuff because I never do. I never listen to this.
Brandmerk jou voorkop.
And I think
Wat sal van ons word? Trane loop uit by die neer.
So the whole theme of this song is kind of, it's really dark in a sense. I mean, just by the name, it's really dark. But what makes it cool is that there's like really enlightenment happening in the instrument. And what I'm saying is that negativity crept through the door, and I'm talking about a person that always gets lost, I guess. I'm not really sure how to explain it. It's really difficult to explain it because in the process of writing this song, there wasn't really any emotion towards getting a direct message over instead of just pumping shit out of your system. And I think that's what kind of makes the song cool, is that it's just a collaboration of mixed feelings out of all these guys. And you can hear it by the way they play their instruments, is that all of them just came together and they poured all of their shit out into one thing, and it sounded really beautiful in the end. And I think it's not the best I've ever sang on a song in my whole life. It's not the best. It's really not the best thing we've ever done, but what's really cool about it is this was kind of the best song we've written when we started as a band. You know what I mean? This was all part of the growth process. Everyone, it doesn't matter what you do, you go through a growth process, and going back to this, you can kind of feel and hear it, especially if you are kind of responsible for it, if you know what I mean. It's really cool.
En in de middel van die dag bly die duister. Staan stil en luister, bly net doodstil. Alle kan jou bloed reik, dit voel nog stil hier langs my. Dis ek vir sy dooie lyf. Wat sal van ons word? Trane loop hy by die deur.
How long was this ago?
En môre sal dit weer. Dit bly jou besluit, oorweldig weggesmyt. Daai pyn wat jy nog voel, neergemoor op die vloer. Jy het my.
Yo, it's really incredible hearing all of the guys as parts in this song. This was in 2019. Martin wasn't legal to go into any bars. Trevor didn't even have a beard. Well, he still doesn't have a beard. I still remember hearing it. Like, it was really weird. So what happened is we got money together. I think we took like a personal loan and we did something, and one guy paid like plane tickets, and the other guy was responsible for food, and the other guy was responsible for like paying the recordings, and we all came together, and Lourdes was part of this whole thing. She just came with us. Welcome, Jessica. We jumped onto a plane, all of us, and we flew to Cape Town. And we went and recorded this EP at a studio called Van Coke Studios. And we stayed in an old friend of mine that we went to primary school together. We stayed at his like communal house that he went to university together. And I remember us, we all just made one bed in the living room, and we slept on the floor kind of vibe. We didn't have any money at all for any luxuries. We kind of ate like oatmeal for supper, and we had like really bad coffee during the day. But that was it. That's all we had. I remember the old band member saying that like one night he bought us all ice cream, and that was like one of the coolest things. But guys, we weren't sad about any of that and not having any food as an artist recording an album. The whole energy and the whole like thing about it was we are recording we're recording an EP, and that was the most incredible thing about it. It was really cold. We didn't have much clothes. But funny enough, we had a Gibson. We had a Gibson Les Paul, no food, and we took that guitar, and that was the sound of the EP. And someone met us in Cape Town, gave us a bag of weed. Like one of Lourdes' brother's friends gave us a bag of weed. You know what I mean? Like a whole fucking bag of weed. And we smoked so much weed, it was ridiculous. And then we tried to finish all of it before we got onto the plane, but it was impossible. It was really, really, really cool. We had to travel from our kind of communal where we stayed in Stellenbosch all the way to Cape Town CBD every single day, and it was about a 45-minute drive. And we sat in that car, and every single morning we would listen to the songs that we're gonna record the next day. The recording engineer who helped us that day was really taking the lead on things, because we were a really inexperienced band. I think most of us only learned how to play an instrument in the fucking studio that day, which is it was really cool, man. And a lot of people, when you speak to a lot of people, they say that there's that thing where your first years as a musician is the most important years. And I'm talking about people who've made it in life. I'm talking about really big artists. Hi, Michelle, how you doing? And they always refer to the beginning stages of your career, where you've spent a lot of time in the same realm as your audience. You share the same feelings, you share the same values, you share the same struggles. And I think it's really important for an artist to stay in that realm. Doesn't matter how far or how rich or whatever or how many treasures you've accumulated in your lifetime. If you stay within that realm, you will always write honest music and music people can relate to. And I think that is the most important part of being a musician, is being able to relate to other people. It's not about you. You are just the messenger. I've said this before, and I've only realized this a bit later in my career, like a year later, is that you are opening yourself up to a lot of possibilities as an artist, or you have to, kind of. Michael Jackson said that writing a song is about letting God into the room. Not necessarily speaking about religion, but speaking about opening yourself up for things to flow through you so that you can write a really fucking good song. Something that matters, something that stands the test of times. Looking back at these songs, and how sad as it might sound, is that they probably won't stand the test of times, but they were part of the process. They were part of letting out all of those feelings, and you can hear the growth in the process, and that's what's the important part. That's what we speak about as bandmates and family and people in the band and friends. We speak about the growth out of this whole process. It's not about how good the song is in the beginning. It's about fucking getting it done, doing it, and playing the song in front of people, because that is the most hardest part of anything, is playing your songs in front of people, if you've written them yourself. So the next song is called Zesde Sintuig, which is actually your sixth sense. Everyone knows what a sixth sense is, right? But this is a really short song, and I think this is my favorite song on the EP that we recorded. It sounds like this. Tiaan, wat sê jy? It was gritty, it was rock and roll, it was down to business. I'm just cringing, hearing myself. Thank you for the kick. Okay, that was like... Guys, that's bad. I'm not even gonna lie. But listen, yeah, it's cool. It's part of the growth. It's part of the whole thing. I mean, when I listen to this stuff, obviously you get a bit of a cringe feeling inside of your bones, but that's the whole thing about it. It is raw, it's gritty, it is in your face, it's real, you know what I mean? Like, you can hear that there's people that just fucking started making music. But what's cool about it is that we actually pulled through with it and we didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Of course, these things are going into the archives. It must go into the archives. You know what I mean? So that was kind of the vibe for the first EP. You know what I mean? Like, that was kind of the thing. But then the band came back to Boksburg and we found a studio in our hometown which have recorded some of the best artists in South Africa, obviously. And is an OG in the industry, and we planned that we were gonna go and write some singles. Right after we recorded that EP, I think we all came together, and an EP is a short album and an LP is a full length. I think an EP is less than 10 songs and an album is 10 songs or more. So Pedro and Renier were not part of the band then. So we had another guitarist in the band. Okay, this is the funny thing about it. So Renier was part of the band from the beginning. Renier was the first guitarist of the band. But then Renier moved away to another country, or not country, another thing in the country, and he stayed there in a place called Bloemfontein. And the band went on. We found another guitarist. He played in the band. He's a phenomenal musician. But then he left to go and start his own project. I think his own metal project. And then Renier and Pedro joined. And that's been the band since then. But I'm going to play you some songs with the old Bloumoord. This song is called Befokte Dae, which means great days, I guess, if you translate it into English. And this song was, we had the song, we had the bass, we had the drums, we had everything, but I didn't have lyrics. Being the main lyric writer in the band, it's really fucking hard on your shoulders if you go into the studio and you have no fucking idea what you're gonna do. And this song was one of those things where I just walked into the booth and I just started blabbering shit. And in the moment it seemed to work. Maybe it did, I don't know, but this is what it sounds like. I actually don't know what the fuck I'm singing about in this song. But what the cool thing about this song is, and I think I learned a lot from this, just walking into the studio, and just blabbering a lot of shit, is that I kind of discovered what melody is. Because even though I don't know what the fuck I'm singing about, which is utter bullshit that came out of my mouth, I discovered a bit of melody, like kind of the way I said certain words, the way I pronounce certain words with the beat of the drums. You know what I mean? Is it more meaningful to write the music first or the lyrics first? I will get to that because it's part of the story. So, kan ek jou guns vra? Kan jy vir die charger bring in die kombuis asseblief? Okay, so Aurora, Aurora's in a bad mood, guys. I think she might be pregnant. I just want to put my phone on charge. So, what I learned out of that song in the studio is that there is melody in this. Even though there's nothing that, you know what I mean, like nothing's happening and whatever the fuck I'm singing about. Ek is nie Rina. But I discovered melody for the first time in that song. And it was a really important lesson, and it was part of the process. Fucking sorry, I don't even know. I'm not even tired. Anyway, it was part of the process, and it was great going through that whole thing. And then we moved on. Then we moved on to next things, you know what I mean? From there we went and we wrote a song called Natuurlike Vrees. And it was kind of our first, the song is now not available in your country? Bitch, I'm from this country, what do you mean? What do you even fucking mean? It's here. We wrote this song, and this was our first kind of chilled vibes. Let's tone it down for a little bit because it was getting really hardcore. You know what I mean? Like it's just fucking in your face, boom, boom, boom. It's all over the place. We need some structure, and I think this was the first time we tried out structure. And the album cover of this song, I designed on my phone. I was sitting and just playing around. This flower was a flower I took a photo of a farmer's market all the way in Hartbeespoort Dam, where we played the show next to the lake. Remember when we were on stage, I had the white thing on. I took a photo of a flower there long time ago, and I edited the moon in it, and I made it all trippy, and we kind of made that the album, or the cover of the single. And then this was our first contained song where we actually tried out structure, and it sounds like this. Die hart met sy gewoontes hang doof agter traliewerk vasgevang. Na daar is sy word bang. Die res wat blootgestel is, dryf gemaklik deur die ruimte stil. Wag as jy wil, en ons soek mekaar in die donker. Ek is jammer, ek voel kak, was 'n baie lang dag. En ek wens ek kon meer tyd terugdraai, sit en lag, daar wees. Dit was my natuurlike vrees.
geleentheid. Lewe vandag, môre is jy spyt.
That's kind of the vibe of the song. I think that was kind of our first contained song, but you run a risk doing that because all of a sudden all of your stuff is hardcore in your fuck face, and then all of a sudden you break it down and it's barely nothing that goes into a song, but it sounds great, but then it tends to get a bit boring. But we realized that the minute we listened to the song more and more, and we learned another lesson out of it, is that we as a band can take it down, but we just have to work things out a little bit to make it really interesting for the listener. You know what I mean? And then we moved on. I think there was a break in the whole thing, and we wrote a song called Jy moet net jouself wees, and we went back to playing some hardcore tunes where we kind of wanted to sound like, just wanted to create a bit of a rock and roll sound. And this all started with a chorus, me singing the chorus, and yeah, it's a bit weird how songs happen, but it does happen. And it sounds like this. So I wrote the first verse of the song back in the day. I wrote the first verse of the song. What I'm saying in the song, and that's the main thing of the whole song, it's the chant in the chorus, is you must be yourself. Just stay yourself. That's the main theme of the song. That's what it's about. It's all it's about. I didn't think too much about the lyrics. I didn't think about too much about anything else. It was all about making it fit into the song. But what's really cool about the song is there's a breakdown in the song. And let me just find it quickly. I think it's... Here we go. This is the first time we did a breakdown like this. This is a whole key change. It was such a mission to record. Travis bass. Then it goes back into the same chorus again. This is not a bad song. I must say to myself, this is not bad. This is where we kind of figured out that we can write like songs, you know what I mean? Not bad at all. And then a few months later, boom, COVID hit us. Lockdown level 5. We were not allowed to go out of our houses. We were not allowed to do anything. All of us, I didn't see my parents for months. I didn't see my brothers for months because I didn't stay with my parents back then. So we were, me and Lourdes was trapped in a little apartment, like a little 1-bedroom apartment with Aurora. She was still a puppy. We were in there. I didn't think much of it. I just thought, great, a fucking holiday, because I was mostly high all the time because I smoked a lot of weed. That was mostly my highest point of smoking weed, or I would just call it my lowest point, actually. But, and then everyone got depressed, you know what I mean? Like, we couldn't see our friends, we couldn't see our family, we couldn't spend time with anyone. And then our one band member went through a breakup, right? And we talked a lot during that time. And in that time, I tried writing music, but I mean, just the things weren't there. You know what I mean? Like, we were depressed. It was hardcore. Didn't have any money because I couldn't go and work. Didn't earn a salary at all. It was really tough, guys. On top of that, me and Lourdes didn't have internet. So it was really, really a bad time. 2020 was a fucking rough year. And what was horrible about 2020 is the band lost a full year, just like everyone else, but we lost a full year of creativity. And when 2020 ended, it felt like the band was starting from scratch again, because all of the hard work we put into practicing and getting into the fucking studio and figuring out how we're going to pay for the next music video, or figuring out how we're going to pay for the next recording, and just being in the act of things sometimes help you with the next action and the thing you have to act on, if that makes sense. Like, being busy kind of gets the body ready for conditioning, and you are ready to get the next task going. So we fell out of that completely. But then what was really strange is I had a guitar with me, and I kind of started writing the song. And the guitarist of the band, we didn't have internet. We just didn't. We just never had internet back then. It wasn't a necessity for us. Now it is, obviously, because fucking everything runs from it, but we just didn't have internet. I didn't even really watch TV. I think we plugged in the laptop with an HDMI cable and we watched movies like that. But anyway, the guitarist used to escape in level 5 lockdown and came to my house, and we would sit and write this song. But I didn't tell him that I wrote the song because I thought of what he was going through and what everyone else was going through and what the thing was. But the song's name is This Okay, means it's alright. And it was also like kind of a chilled song, you know what I mean? Like, it's sad, because everything was sad back then. And yeah, it sounds like this. Maar dis okay, wie gee om anyway? Ek leef in elk geval net deeltyds. Vat jou tyd. Ek wonder of jy hier sit net om my gedagtes te gebruik. Maar dis okay. Slaap nog 'n bietjie pyn. Dit help soms vir die pyn. Alles sal verdwyn, dis okay. Jy maak jou oop en verstik kan hierop het in jou longe vassit. Onverwachts, jy verras, jy weet jy kan my binne in jou tas pas. Maar dis okay. Wie gee om anyway? Ek leef in elk geval net deeltyds. Maar
uitgeloop en nie teruggekyk nie. Soms moet jy bloei om te weet dat jy leef en nog steeds 'n siel het. Ek het baie daarteen gestry, maar jy het weer weggery. Jy maak jou oë oop en verstik aan die rook wat in jou longe vassit. Onverwags, jy verras, jy weet jy kan my binne in jou tas pas. Maar dis okay, wie gee om anyway. Ek lewe in elk geval net deeltyd. Maar dis okay, miskien sou jy vanaand bly, of dalk net baie sê voor jy wegry. Dit maak seer om jou te vergeet, en dit maak seer om jou te onthou. Dit maak seer om jou te vergeet, en dit maak seer om jou te onthou. Maar dis okay, wie gee om anyway. Ek lewe in elk geval net deeltyd. Maar dis okay, miskien sou jy vanaand bly, of dalk net baie sê voor jy wegry. Voor jy wegry. And so, this was the first song we had like a proper music video for, and we dropped it on YouTube, and it did not bad. I think in the first day it got 12,000 views, and we were like, fucking hell, man. Like, okay, cool. This feels nice. I'd just like to say that from the beginning, Jaco was the band's manager. And I remember I was shooting our first music video for Sigose. I just wanted to say this, that we wanted smoke in the music video, and we had his sister and his sister's boyfriend blowing with their vapes, blowing smoke into the music video. It was fucking hilarious, but it worked. It was great. But anyway, yeah, this was the first song we released after, we decided everything, Tiaan. We are fully independent. This was our first song after lockdown. And then came the next song. And the next song was better. And then I feel like after that song, we kind of looked at each other and we said that we are not going to stop until the band is the biggest band. Until our dreams are next level. They still are. Till everything's written in the stars. And the next song was this. And it just started growing from there. And this is where it gets interesting. Thank you, Genie. Have a good evening. This song. I like it.
it's
Net niks post met wikkelhouder nie, né?
that's for much later. What a tune! It smells like skateboarding in Dhaka. That song still has this thing where if I listen to it, I still feel like it has potential to kind of be like a really big song. And maybe it has slipped through the cracks. I don't know. Maybe its time will still come. We don't know. But for the first time, us as a band, when we heard that song, we knew that we are on the right track and that our songwriting is improving immensely. And it really started from there. You know what I mean? It sounded really incredible. It sounded massive. It sounded big. And we were really pumped after that. The spirits were high again. It's amazing that before lockdown, before lockdown, we were this band. We were a band. We played our instruments and we freaked the fuck out. And then lockdown happened and we kind of matured. Even as young kids, we felt mature. And it kind of changed the songwriting in us a little bit. And everything started with this okay. It like kind of just gave us a bump into the other direction, which I love, because from that point on, we didn't sound like anyone and no one sounded like us. And that's when we knew that we were doing something right rather than doing something wrong. And then after that, we dropped a song called Jong Bly, which translates to Stay Young. And it's fucking hardcore. It's full of attitude. This was one of my favorite singles, and it sounds like this. What a vibe. Playing this live. Dus dit dag in jij, wat gebeurt zal gebeuren. Ons leven in die een keer. Laat die licht in je brein. Bij je hoofd schijnt, laat die pijn verdwijnen. Tijd glijdt voorbij, maar ik en jij, ons gaat eeuwig jong blijven. It's passion, it's fucking everything, man. Ons gaan ewig jong bly, jong bly, jong bly. Ons gaan ewig jong bly, jong bly. Woe, my heart and kills it, man. What a fucking vibe. Hey. Ow. And guys, that is probably one of my favorite songs. I must say, it's one of my favorite songs that we've ever written as a band. It sounded massive. It still sounds massive. And it's one of our favorite songs to perform live. It's a fucking vibe, man.